Welcome back to another episode of Think Spree, the channel where we don't just talk tech, we unfold it, examine it, and then try to stuff it back in our pockets without setting off airport security. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe before your current phone starts feeling insecure about its lack of hinges. Trust me, the only thing sadder than an outdated smartphone is realizing your screen won't even bend a little for you. Today, we're diving into the phone that's shaking the Apple tree harder than ever before. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. And yes, it's the one that's making even the most die-hard iPhone users look at their shiny rectangles and go, wait, mine doesn't do that. Let's be honest. The iPhone has long been the go-to choice for people who like their tech clean, consistent, and wrapped in a titanium body with a camera bump big enough to moonlight as a cheese grater. But the Z Fold 7 is throwing the whole playbook out the window. Why settle for one screen when you can have two that become one? Why toggle between apps when you can run three side by side like some kind of productivity wizard? First, the basics. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is Samsung's latest and greatest in their line of foldables. And unlike the early days of foldable tech, this thing isn't a prototype or a concept phone. It's a refined, mature device that knows exactly what it wants to be, a phone that also happens to be a tablet, a multitasking powerhouse, and yes, a conversation starter. The cover screen is a 6.4-inch AMOLED display that feels like a standard smartphone, comfortable to hold, easy to use one-handed, and crisp enough to make even your over-filtered selfies look good. But open it up and boom. You're looking at a massive 7.9-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display with a 120Hz refresh rate, bright colors, deep blacks, and enough screen real estate to make your iPad blush. Now let's talk about performance. Under the hood, the Z Fold 7 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, which is basically the smartphone version of putting a jet engine in a go-kart. Combine that with up to 16 GB of RAM and up to a terabyte of storage, and you've got a device that can juggle more apps than you have brain cells awake before coffee. No judgment. We've all been there. It's snappy. It's responsive. It can handle demanding games, 4K video editing, multitasking with floating windows, and split-screen productivity without even breaking a sweat. Compare that to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which rocks the A17 Pro chip. Now, don't get me wrong, the A17 Pro is a beast in its own right. It's fast, efficient, and great for gaming, especially with Apple's recent push into mobile console-level graphics. But it's not foldable. And when it comes to raw multitasking and screen flexibility, the Fold 7 is in a league of its own. Camera-wise, the Fold 7 delivers with a triple rear camera system, a 50-megapixel wide sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom. It's got excellent low-light performance, strong image processing, and the bonus of capturing photos with the device partially folded, useful for getting creative angles or setting it down like a tripod. Apple's camera system is, of course, legendary for its consistency and video capabilities, especially with features like cinematic mode and ProRes recording. But Samsung's camera game is strong, and the Fold 7 gives you more versatility, especially when using the large inner display as a viewfinder. Now let's get into what really sets the Fold 7 apart, the folding screen itself. Because once you experience it, it's really hard to go back. We've been trained to think of phones as static slabs of glass. The Fold 7 throws that idea out the window and says, what if your phone changed shape based on what you needed? Watching a movie? Unfold it and get a near-tablet experience. Reading an article or editing a document? Spread it open and work in comfort. Need to shoot off a quick text while juggling two apps? Use flex mode to split the screen and prop the phone up like a laptop. It's weirdly addictive. The hinge mechanism is tighter and smoother than ever, with a redesigned dual-rail system that gives it more durability and a satisfying snap. And the crease in the middle of the screen? Still there, yes, but honestly, you forget it's even a thing after 5 minutes of use. It's like complaining about the line in the middle of a book spine. Sure, it exists. But are you really going to let that stop you from enjoying the story? Battery life has also seen improvements. You're looking at a 4,600 mAh dual battery setup with faster charging and better heat management. Samsung has optimized power consumption so you can actually get through a full day of use, even with the larger display in play. And yes, it supports fast wired charging, fast wireless charging, and reverse wireless charging, because sometimes your earbuds need a boost, too. Then there's the stylus. The S Pen Fold Edition lets you sketch, write, annotate, and interact with the big screen in ways that just feel natural. Apple's Pencil is great on the iPad, sure. But it still hasn't made its way to the iPhone. Samsung is giving users more options, and people are taking notice. Now, let's talk software. Samsung's One UI 6.1 is clean, customizable, and packed with features that take full advantage of the foldable form. You can launch multiple apps at once, use app pairs to launch your favorite combos, and even turn your phone into a mini desktop with Samsung DeX. It's not just a smartphone anymore, it's a workstation in your pocket. Compare that to iOS. Still smooth. Still polished. But still extremely locked down. You're not getting floating windows, real split-screen multitasking, or desktop mode functionality. And while the Apple ecosystem is famously tight and convenient, Samsung has been stepping up its integration game across devices with seamless syncing between Galaxy tablets, watches, laptops, and even Windows PCs. Now, here's where the real plot twist comes in. This phone isn't just impressing Android loyalists. It's actually converting Apple users. We're seeing more and more iPhone users giving the Fold 7 a try and realizing how much they've been missing. And no, it's not because they suddenly hate iMessage or forgot what AirDrop is. It's because the Fold is exciting. It's new. It's solving problems they didn't even know they had until their phones started doing things the iPhone simply can't. It's like comparing a Swiss Army knife to a beautifully polished spoon. Sure, the spoon is elegant. But the knife just opened a bottle, trimmed a thread off your shirt, and saved your camping trip. Let's not pretend this phone doesn't have a price tag to match its ambition. The Fold 7 is premium. No way around it. But here's the thing, so is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And when you're already paying top dollar for a flagship, why not get a phone that does more? The Fold 7 is signaling a shift. A move toward devices that adapt to you, rather than the other way around. It's a reminder that innovation is still alive in the smartphone world. And that yes, it is okay to be excited about your phone again. So if you're an Apple user watching this and wondering whether the Fold 7 is really worth the switch, the answer is simple. Try it. Use it for a week. Open it up, run 3 apps at once, take notes with the stylus, watch a movie on the go without squinting at a tiny screen. Then try going back to a regular phone. Suddenly, that old slab might start to feel a little flat. Thanks for tuning in to Think Spree, where we turn tech into a love language and help you stay one step ahead of the upgrade curve. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more deep dives into the coolest tech shaking up the industry. We'll be back soon with another video that might just convince you to rethink everything you thought you knew about your devices. Until then, stay curious, stay charged, and try not to unfold your next phone in the middle of a job interview. Or do. It might just get you hired.